To be fair, Bilal, most people are pinging me at the same time they're pinging you in Discord, so I'm suffering for this joke as well. I feel that's got to count for something. Looking over like 5 unread messages. Oh, really? I've trolled myself. Okay. Now, assuming that everything's going well, looks like the recordings are recording correctly. Good, good, good. One thing I will actually quickly check, though, just make sure that it's recording the right bit rate. Yes, yes, it is. Fantastic. Yep, all is well. Good. Chaotic Wurmple Aavak may have aimed a cannon at Bilal, but he forgot that he was standing right next to them. Yes. Fair. That is basically what happened. Gonna drink some ginger tea. Oh, I'm sorry you're feeling a little sick for 2 minutes, okay? Ginger tea is a very, very good all-round cure for many minor ailments, so hopefully it will help out. There's my alarm. There we go. Now, hopefully, Lady Sheila will let me know that she's got the ferrets covered today. Now, just as a last forward to those joining the Discord server right now, if you're already a sub on Twitch, and this is true of patrons as well, you will automatically be given a role that will conceal from myself and the other mods the at-a-glance test of whether you've been given the dappling role or not. Because your Twilight Tribe role overwrites the color of the dappling roll. So to us, it'll look like you've been given all the correct rolls, but you might be without the main dappling one, which gives you access to a bunch of places. So when you drop by, do let us know if you're new to the server, because that will be the main key for us. Yeah, sure, Lady Sheila. I'll take a visit from him. Oh, poor Tally, though. I feel so bad for Tally. She has to be syringed in the mouth. Not actually into in her mouth, but like not into the flesh of her mouth. But yeah, she does not like her medicine at all. This is bad news, Bears. Right. I guess I should probably plug my camera in then, shouldn't I? If we're going to be having a visit from the ferrets. I might do that. Give me a second. Look, today is not going to be a smooth stream day. We're not going to get as much progress done on this in terms of gaming progress as you might expect. Just prepare yourself for that, okay? Everything's going to be a little bit chaotic today. And possibly tomorrow. And possibly forever. There we go. And I'm back. Thank you very much, Blue Rogue and Jake Toady. Diolch yn fawr for your subs. A 69-month sub streak? My lord. You don't see them too often. Ferret cam, most ferrety cam. I guess, technically, yes. How is this game? I'm a huge fan of this game, just in general. What is this game? Or why is it? I imagine you meant what is this game? Okay, so how to describe Thea? Well, first and foremost, I would say that it's got a lot of people draw a resemblance to the kind of map of Civ, and in so far as that, it kind of is true. It certainly has some elements to it. You've got various resources around the map, so on and so forth. They're tied to tiles where you can mine them and gather them. However, instead of having like a city and then expanding out with new settlers have found new cities, you have a group of people. It's very heavily based on Slavic and Middle European mythology, and I mean, I can reel off a bunch of words like, oh, it's a 4X turn-based strategy RPG, but that doesn't really tell you what the game is. The game is played partially on the overworld here, where you're moving around, exploring sites, solving puzzles. The main story of the game is you're trying to solve the secret behind a calamity which is affecting the world, and indeed a calamity which has come on the heels of a previous calamity which previously messed up the world, and that was in the first game. Also, I've got a ferret here.
I wiggled and I swiggled.
She wiggled and she swiggled.
Yeah.
Bless her little heart. Alright, I guess we need to pop the camera on then, don't we? See if this works. Let's see if this works, everyone. I don't know if it will. Please work. Boom. And hello. It looks like it did work. Hey, okay, oh.
This salmon.
Hi. Hi. Callie. She's currently enjoying her treat for being a good girl and taking her medicine off Sheila. Oh. Can you pass me the salmon? No salmon all on my finger, actually. There you go. There you go. Oh. There you are. Nice and close. Let me move the microphone out of the way. You're just going to have to hear me from afar. Enjoying your salmon on treat? You'd like to see how she's looking. That's her wound from where she had her operation. It's very well healed now. You've got a wrinkly belly though. Very wrinkly.
If I'm allowed wrinkles.
You are. Mwah. Thank you.
You want cereal for her?
Yeah, sure.
Put egg on your desk if you want.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. But again, the beginning of the stream is going to take a while for us to actually get in the game. She's going to have to accept that one. Well, thank you very much for the 5 gift subs there, 3 ham kablam. Diolch yn fawr. No, it's the same camera as I always had before. It is just it's just capturing it in a better way than it was before. I'll pop the camera off for a second. I didn't really come for the game. I just came for the personality. Well, that's very kind of you to say. I hope you're not disappointed. All of the stress now on me. Did Sheila taste the meds this time? No, I think she already knows what the meds taste like. She doesn't need it now. Okay, Bilal. See you in a bit, mate. But as soon as Siri comes in, Siri's going to be having her meds from an egg, so I'm not really going to be able to show her in the same way, but I'll pop her up on my shoulder for a little bit. Actually, I might hold the egg up and she can enjoy that. But yes, as for the game, you have a group of people, and it's kind of more on a micro scale rather than a macro scale. Like with Civ, a spearman represents like a legion of spearmen. In here, every person is literally just one person. They have their own stats, their own equipment, their own abilities, which they inherit as they level up. They gain different sorts of abilities, passives. Some are given from gear, but some are just things they've learned over time. You've got very different races. It's again very heavily inspired. Like it's basically Slavic and again Middle European mythology is woven into this. So you see a lot of characters from mythology from the continent. So some of it is less Slavic than others, especially in Tier 2, because during the Kickstarter, certain tiers of support would allow them to basically add creatures or add things from the mythology from where they live and so on and so forth. Right now we're just going out and we're trying to quest to uncover the secrets of the Divine Path and the Lightbringers, trying to work out what's been going on there. We will eventually get all of that sorted. I know, Thea. Pop it up. Right, you got the okay, no, man, you've got your egg now. I was going to pop you up on my shoulder so you could have the egg. But you know what? I'll try. Up you go, up you go, up you go. On my shoulder. There you go, Carriot. Yeah. Yeah, we're going good. There we go. And that way I can turn the camera back on. And boop.
Yay!
You can't see it because I'm not going to get up and get closer at this point. But Ciri's having her medicine. She has her medicine crushed up into either salmon oil or egg. But she's getting a little bit tired of the salmon oil. She's been having it for weeks. So she's enjoying a spoonful of egg right now. Yeah, that bunny is the most expensive thing my character in this owns right now. In fact, the most expensive thing we're probably going to see for a while. It is made of very expensive materials, which does kind of bring into question a lot of things about it. Cute fur noodle. Right, Carriot. Yeah, you gotta have all your meds. Yeah, well, yeah. All the meds that are hidden in the egg. You done yet? No. You've got to lick the metal off the bowl.
Yeah, it makes
it's raw. It's just raw egg. You don't like cooked food, do you? No. Thank you. You don't like the cooked foods. Here you go, Carriot. Here you go.
just a bean and chicken.
Well, just about. Sorry, my hair is getting in the way right now. Yeah, baby. Good, aren't you? Isn't the bunny made of meat? Not entirely, no. Will I be starting a new Cataclysm DTA run on the channel? Yes, almost certainly, actually. I've already gotten new photos, like iStock photos, to be able to make a new thumbnail. Now I've got my Cintiq up and running. We might even see regular updates on the thumbnails of the character and the way they look. Here's a close-up of Ciri. Oh. Say hello. There we go. Can't see her little paws shivering with excitement, but they are. Can I have a kiss? No? No kiss for me today?
Do you have salmon or egg?
No, that's better. Love you. Okay. Time for you to go back.
Quick, Italian Midland might not have eaten the rest of the egg.
No, that's fine. Okay. Thank you, Sheila. Okay. Alright, I show up and Aavak and Ciri are here. Yay! Hey, you do, Drop. How you doing? Alright, so I guess from about here we will be tuning in. And this is where the VODs will kick off. And if they wanted to see the ferret cam and the ferrets climbing on my shoulders and eating egg and ferret oil, then they're just gonna have to show up live next time. There we go. And yes, that is a Lord of the Rings blanket on my couch behind me. Right. I might have the ferret in a little bit later as well. We'll see. Okay, so before we get down to the important business of getting out there and taking care of things, there's one more thing I wanted to cover for those who are unfamiliar with the game. Combat and indeed many types of kind of contested situations in this game are dealt with in a card game where the cards represent the people in the engagement. So, for example, in any particular battle, health, sanity, and faith are used as your hit point pool on the card. Like these will be all of the characters will be represented as individual cards in a card game, and they will have stats and abilities based on their equipment and their innate abilities, which they can play depending on the type of challenge or battle it is. It's actually really, really cool. Magic... Rage and Auroch. I'm not sure what you were saying there. The magic is one I've wanted to look at too. Looks very interesting. Oh, magicalism. I couldn't understand that at all. No, that makes sense. Yeah. I've seen a couple of people playing with the magicalism mod. So we've got peeps from chat currently. Got Shadowstar, who is our human Zerka, or witch if you like. Clerics of the Cosmic Pantheon, renowned for their wisdom and devotion to the gods. We've got Jake Toady, who is a child, who will be growing up in 32 turns. What are your stats right now, Jake? You've got some decent mysticism, actually. I might go in a good direction there. We've also got Future Planet, our hunter. We've got Dark Aavak, our tainted goblin shaman, who is tainted for another 38 turns. So really soon going to stop being a tainted shaman and become just a goblin shaman. That's going to be very nice. We've also got Skugia, who is our human craftsman. Anubis, our human healer. And, so good, Apocalypticon, our human warrior. As for the rabbit, let me show you what we were talking about it being really, really, really valuable. It's worth 1,290. It's by far one of the most valuable items we have. And the reason why it's that expensive is because the rabbit, while it looks like a rabbit, is made of beetle jelly and mythical leather. Indeed, it may well be the Beast of Caer Bannog. This is Thea 2. I don't know if you're asking what you should get, if the bundle is still available on Humble, absolutely grab that. Because Thea 1 is different to Thea 2. I personally feel that Thea 2 is an improvement, but it's also different in ways that aren't strictly measurable as better or worse. And there are lots of people who prefer Thea 1 for the ways in which it's simply different. Personally, I prefer Thea 2, but I 100% recommend playing Thea 1 if you have the opportunity to. Oh, the bundle went away yesterday. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hop, 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 hop. Is it weak to holy hand grenades? I imagine it's weak to hand grenades in general. Holy or not. Okay. But with that, what was the general state of our affairs? We've got enough food for a while. Seaweed and fish, so we can make more. Though we would just be making more fish salads, which, Doesn't really help us out. It's actually better to have 3 types of fish than turning all of this into fish salad. We got enough wood for 21 turns and enough food for 12, given our party size. In terms of things that are currently equipped, let's have a look. We've got a couple of weapons. We've got a decent amount of materials. We've also got trashy shadow bow. I am so terribly sad about that. So sad. That was an expensive bow to try and make because it had life leech. I'm still tempted to use it though. I mean, this is a lovely bow. Don't get me wrong. It does great things. It does truly great things. But no life leech, you know. Bearing in mind, though, like the fact that this shadow bow can be used in spiritual fights, but it does almost no damage in those spiritual fights. In fact, I think in the spiritual fights, good hunter here would be better off using his ghostly axe. In fact, in every way, the ghostly axe is better. The only thing the ghostly axe doesn't do is leech life. No, I actually think that maybe trashing that would be the better option. No, for now, I guess what we'll do is we'll actually keep it for now, and only because I may get another character that will benefit from this. But we do have bone jewelry here, which gives some weapon blocks. So who should I give that to? Well, I need to give it to someone who's likely to be actually played as a combat character. If I take that away, yeah, you can still carry loads, so let's pop that down there. And I'll give this to someone who typically can't carry very much, which would be you. Let's get you with that. There we go. Yeah, it's for non-physical challenges, yeah. Oh, that is actually a good point, because I may well use these characters in non-physical challenges. How much shielding do you have typically? You've basically got none. You've at least got physical shielding. No, I think we'll roll with this. We'll get some better jewelry in time. Now let's remind myself what I've learned how to make. I do not yet know how to make jewelry. Okay. I can make decent robes. Leather, bone, wood, and gems. I can make decent bows out of... well, primarily it would probably be for wood or bone. And then leather or these 3 really, rather than the wood. But we can always use dark wood twice, if need be. I do have a research point, so I can pick something to research. And maybe researching darkwood would be a good call, because we do have darkwood over here. We've got shadow bones there. Picking up some darkwood would be nice. We do have obsidian here, though. Did we... Oh, we have actually unlocked obsidian. Were we going to make a... I think we might have been intending to make a village. I think that's what we ended up on, yeah. If we make it out of obsidian... Let me go and have a look at what would be required to do that. So the totem, the idol rather, just 32. Yeah. Yep, you can create a village and settle down in Thea 2. In fact, Thea 2 is the only one in which you can end up with more than one village. Now, my choice is 4 places to settle. I could settle up here. I'd gain access to Shadowbone, dark wood, regular wood, leather, meat and fish, which means I could just have, you know, food. But we could hunt around a little bit more to try and find a better place. Like we've got Bloodbone over here, for example. We've got Fur Leather there. There are not many places that I've seen. Like down here would be access to Obsidian. We wouldn't get access to that if we settled that close. Maybe there we'd have grain and seaweed. But we'd lack a lot of other things. Got Dryad wood down here. I think hunting around a little bit longer would be fine. Because there may be some amazing places over here. I think it's worth scouting out the whole island first. Ultimately, I do want to make a village sooner rather than later, and I am completely okay with setting up a village on the first island rather than going to the next one by sailing and setting it up somewhere where I can get coal. That does make things easy. It does. It absolutely does. But you've got a longer build up to it. Whereas if you set up a village early on, you've got a place where you can start training your children. So you'll end up with stronger characters sooner. And then you can just have those characters go out and do a bit of a hunting party. Mm-hmm. You haven't missed much of anything at all. You've missed me cuddling the ferrets after they've had their medicine. That's basically all you've missed so far. And me explaining what the game is and refamiliarizing myself with what we were doing. Now, what was this quest exactly? Smith's Legacy, Divine Path, Lightbringers. But what's this one? Oh, that's the spider's nest that we helped out. We can actually gather Bloodbone from over there. We can just take Bloodbone because we helped them. The stingers. In fact, I believe that we've got neutral favor with the stingers faction, which is actually pretty cool. Hey, Omaro42, thank you very much for the raid, mate. Diolch yn fawr. Now, I am going to want feedback on the audio, by the way, because, as I mentioned, I'm no longer going through the usual audio pipe that I use, and instead I've just got my graphics card filtering out the noise from the audio. So I haven't had an opportunity to really thoroughly test it beyond some amazing things that the odd amazing thing that it does. But we will have a chance to really thoroughly explore that, I imagine. Right. So with that, we can either go to the Smith's Legacy, pick up that quest, head down here. No idea what that is, but maybe we want to go and check it out. But yeah, let's have a little bit more of a poke around, I think. A little bit more of a poke around. A jiggery poke. Hello, Aavak here from the lands of Biomutant. Hope you're enjoying your time in Thea today. I am enjoying my time in Thea today, so far, at the very least. How are you finding Biomutant? Right, we need to pass the turn regardless. Uh-oh. I don't want to face it with my spirit if I can avoid it, but okay. A group of folk taken by the light scourge approaches you. Lightbringers, as they are now known. They do not speak. They seek only to bring you into their commune with the light mind. Face them with our spirits. It's going to be a level 2 battle and we can do nothing about it. Right, okay. So they've got an enlightened human. There's 8, 9 on their spirits. 4, 4s, 4 and 5s. Quite a lot of 4 and 5s. As for your abilities, you can do Energy Disturb for 9 damage. Light Connection, so Speed of the Swarm there. Counter Attack. Right. Each enemy that deals damage to you will also receive damage. And 4 damage of that. And Parry. So you've got a little bit of shielding there. It's a spiritual battle, so your weapon won't actually affect anything. Over here we've got Dive Attack. That won't do anything. We'll have Energy Disturb here for probably around 9. Oh, actually, no. Oh, of course, yeah, only 4 damage there. But Speed of the Swarm still. Your Law skills won't help. This one, okay, it was only a 5.6, so it's not a biggie. Alright, I think we're generally going to be okay with this. You got poison dust, though. Still, it's not a biggie. How long have we been playing? Well, this is the second stream. As far as how long or what you might have missed in this stream, don't worry. We've barely done anything. It's mostly been me just chatting and showing off the ferrets a little bit, but you have missed that. All right, let's begin. For those of you who aren't familiar with Thea, this is your introduction to the combat. This playfield is generated based on difficulty and how late in the game you are. Sometimes they're much larger. They're never deeper, but they can be wider or short or slimmer, and that will generally change the way that you can deploy your forces. You've got the front row, and you've got the range row, and different abilities usually require you to be deployed in certain places for that. As for you, how quickly are you moving? 6.2. Alright. For 9 damage. I mean, I've got some amazing shielding on Dark Aavak and amazing people to apply more amazing shielding. Assuming you get deployed more, Dark Aavak is going to do a chunky bit of damage to you. But you're going to get stronger over time, so I do need to be aware of that. I think we are more than likely going to want to speed my peeps up and slow you down a bit, but we'll see where that goes. I'm going to deploy Dark Aavak though first, just so we can get in there early, but it is going to take a while to build up to that. Do we have anyone that does any decent kind of damage? You know what? We'll deploy the Wraith as well. Wraith auto attacks, which is quite nice. Is it possible to pack up a village and move them elsewhere? No. Once the village is set, it's set. That's the way that one goes down, sadly. But yeah, the Wraith is pretty good in this. Dead Flesh. If another skill would deal poison damage to you, which does not kill you, you will regenerate health equal to the damage received. And Overwhelm. Lower combat attributes of all enemies standing on the battlefield. I mean, that one's a good one to play last, I guess, for that reason. Okay, so I think we're going to go with the Ghostly Axe next. Have we done that? And I could go for your bow as well. I am exposing my characters to a bit of danger here. Yeah, you're quite the problem. But I'm very glad that you've deployed twice now, because that means Dark Aavak's going to get an opportunity to really mess you up. Right, we've only got a few bits to play with, so I'm going to have you have your shielding buffed, because you are actually in a bit of a risky position there. Decrease delays, but mostly I want to increase their delays rather than the other way around. I'm going to end the turn, and I'm going to use Dark Aavak's ability. Okay. Slowed us down even more. That is a shame. I'm not going to lie. Okay. Well, the other thing I can do is I can deploy Dark Aavak again, so in total, Dark Aavak will apply 16 damage to everyone on the field. That may actually be a better play for me right now. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. It's a different way from the way I usually play out these battles, but we'll see how it goes. Summonlings almost always act first. Go ahead. They're now within range of Dark Aavak taking them out. Now, I'm going to take 2 retaliatory strikes. Oh, I didn't. Oh. Does it only affect if the attack was dealt from a direct source? That's an interesting one. And now I'm attacking the cards they didn't play in that first round. So they're already in a pretty bad way, actually. Sure, I'll place it there. I may simply ultra buff Dark Aavak at this point. And allow Dark Aavak to just win the fight. Because they're going to have to keep playing this card multiple times. At this point, it just becomes silly how powerful Dark Aavak can be. Because each time they put that little symbol there shows that the card is linked. It's not that they've played 2 cards that look the same. They've played the same card twice. And each time they do that, for example, right now it's costing 2 action points to use this ability of Dark Aavak's because I've already placed him into battle. Every time you use an ability or place the card after it's already been put down, the cost gets twice. The cost goes up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. So they're only going to be able to play one of these cards one more time. And that's it. But because these represent the same character, any damage done to these cards is applied to that same character. So if I hit this card, and Dark Aavak will hit every card on the battlefield. So he'll effectively apply his damage 3 times. It really doesn't matter in this instance because the enemy here only has 1 health, so any damage will kill it. But it's a good demonstration of how some of the concepts for the battles work. I would like you to be sped up once again. And you're the best at speeding up because you reduce the turn timer by 3, which is absolutely amazing. Does anyone else have a speed up? 1.4, sure. Let's get you going. There we are. Dark Aavak now acts first, so the enemy aren't even going to be able to do anything about it. Oh, actually, no, I tell a lie. You got in there with a sneaky little move there. You sneaky you. Oh, well. I'll just buff Dark Aavak so he doesn't take any damage. Wouldn't have taken any damage anyway. His natural shielding for spiritual battles is too high. I could have summoned the Wraith. It just doesn't really matter. Artorius, thank you very much for the gift sub there. Diolch yn fawr iawn. And GCS, thank you very much for continuing your sub. 2nd month, best month. Oh, we got some really nice stuff from there. Some darkwood, some scaled leather, some fur leather. We've even got some elven wood. We got some different types of food as well, and some quartz. Take this stuff and leave. The Lightbringers don't like us much. But that was never going to be different. We are literally never going to be friends with the Lightbringers. Oh, damn it. I would have taken out that nest. That's a level 3 nest now. That's becoming dangerous. I could increase your poison ability or make you better. Oh, that's amazing, actually. Getting Ghostly Axe up to the next level? Yes, please. As for our one true warrior, I think we may actually go for Perception here. Perception is never a bad effect. And since they're both primary physical attributes, they'll both have a good use for my warrior. The ability, the ground shake, that was an innate ability the Dark Aavak has, and we got incredibly lucky because there's no guarantee that he would have had that. But when we started, we got that ability, and it was like, okay, this is a potential run builder. It is a crazy powerful ability. You know what? Sure, let's get some grain while we're here. It's still gonna take me 2 turns. Why? Oh, it's the season. So we're out of season for it. We're in spring right now. Still... we could get some more materials. Let's have a look at what we could make here. If I wanted to make a bow, let's see what we could do with, say, Darkwood, and Bloodbone. You know, it's not a bad weapon, all things considered. As an elemental weapon, it would have poison damage and life leech, which is quite nice. Now, the life leech is going to be coming from the essence of bone, whereas the poison is coming from wood. If we replace that, it would probably be the same thing, yeah. It's just, we wouldn't be able to make it because it hasn't crossed the first threshold. You need at least 24 combined essence to be able to make an elemental weapon. But still, that's good to see. If we had gold over here instead, still wouldn't get it. But it would give us true damage at that point, which deals 150% damage if the target has any armor at all. You can also make legendary items, and typically the effects are further buffed, but you need significantly more essence to even be able to make a legendary weapon. So you do have to struggle a little bit. This would give us a decent life leech weapon. And what that is saying there, X 1.2, it's saying that in whatever combat you're in, it'll multiply the stat used for that type of fight. So in a physical battle, we'd use perception with a bow. And it would multiply the character's perception by 1.2, and that's how much damage it would do. Also, they'll leech 40% of that back. As for the spiritual challenge, we would use, I think that's Destiny, which is why our current shadow bow isn't the best. Let's be honest, it's not. This is an improved material as well, whereas this is a wild material. Now, wild material has more raw essence, as you can see. It goes up by just over 2 there, 2.2 I believe it was. Whereas this is easier to work. We've got a 10% chance of making a trashy item, but we'd actually have a decent chance of making a masterwork one. But this drives that up to 28%. It's 40% if I use both of them. Items made from this kind of resource require much more work and have a significantly better value and increased essence amounts, but the risk of failing a craft using wild resources is significant, so make sure the craftsmen are experienced or you might end up with trash. Improved items, there's a small risk of failure and them being trash. Just making it out of basic resources is always a little bit easier. Oh, Artorias, thank you again for another gift sub. That's incredibly, incredibly kind of you. You're being fantastically kind. Raging Aura, Akira Dragonborn, and Zeos. Thank you so, so much. Now, wood. We went with just wood, we would have poison on this weapon. But if we went with both Darkwood... Right now, it's just a basic weapon there, but if we made it out of this, again, it will always just be a basic weapon, but if we go to elemental weapon, if we could make one out of wood, then we would also be able to use this in a mental challenge. Now, we could make one of these for a mental challenge, and at that point we would use our wisdom as the base stat. This there says that when someone is hit by it, it increases their delay by 2.6, which is actually quite a potent ability. Take care, Blankavag. Thank you very much for using that backseat pass. Chat, pants on. See you later. Have a good one, mate. Thanks for dropping by.